What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the NorCal Sports Report. With the NBA play-in technically starting tomorrow, we're gonna be going over our playoff predictions for the 2024-2023 season. It was a great season, a lot of close games, very entertaining season. As you can tell in the Western Conference, it was just wild. So let's go over our first play-in predictions. Then, after we do the play-in, we're obviously gonna go to the actual playoffs and give you guys who's winning the NBA Finals, who's just gonna be it in general. So let's get right. So we're going to start off here with the Western Conference play-in, which starts tomorrow with the first game being the Los Angeles Lakers, who are the 8th seed, and the New Orleans Pelicans, who are 7th seed. Lakers ended the season well. First of all, these two teams played just 2 days ago. They played in the final day of the season on Sunday. Lakers killed New Orleans. They killed them, and they get to see each other again 2 days later. And this is going to be an intriguing matchup to me, I think. So the Lakers have been playing some good basketball lately. Pelicans are the Pelicans. I mean, when they play my Sacramento Kings, they play with the best team in the NBA. So, with this game 7-8, I'm going to pick the New Orleans Pelicans to beat the Lakers and get revenge for Sunday. But I can see it just going either way. But I'm going to pick New Orleans winning and become the 7th seed. They'll have a date with the Denver Nuggets. Now, this game is absurdly somehow a playing game. But it is a playing game. It's a 9-10. If this game, whoever loses this game, their season is over. It's between my Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. And obviously, last year we know what the Warriors did to the Kings. They got them in 7 games because of Steph Curry dropping 50 points. And I'm a Kings fan. I can't go against the Kings. I mean, although Malik Monk obviously is not playing, Warriors are going to be without Gary Payton II, which I think is very big for Golden State, because Gary Payton II last year was the best defender of De'Aaron Fox. So I think this game will be a shootout, and I think De'Aaron Fox will go off. So I think Sacramento is going to beat Golden State and move on and face the Los Angeles Lakers, and whoever wins that game will become the 8th seed. Now let's go to the Eastern Conference. This is another intriguing playing game. The red hot Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Miami Heat. The Heat were in the play-in last year, and guess where they went? They went all the way to the NBA Finals. So this Heat team has been there and done that, and I think they're going to do it again. I think the Heat are going to win this game. Instead of being an 8 seed like they were last year, I think they're going to beat the Philadelphia and become a 7 seed. Now this game is one of the most trash games I've ever seen in my life for a playing game. The Bulls and the Hawks, neither of these teams should be here. This game's a pick 'em because both teams are equally garbage, but I guess I'll take Trae Young in a winner go home to end the Bulls season. So that means again the matchups for the second day of the play-in will be Sacramento versus Los Angeles and Atlanta versus Philly. So let's go over to round 2 of the play-in. And whoever wins these games will become the 8th seed. In the Western Conference, they'll play the Oklahoma City Thunder. And in the Eastern Conference, they'll play the Boston Celtics. So we'll start off in the West again. My Sacramento Kings against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Kings this season went 4-0 against the Lakers this year. And Anthony Davis is Domantas Sabonis' son. Domantas Sabonis, again, has never, ever lost Anthony Davis in his entire career. Does the Kings' revenge tour beating Golden State in Los Angeles continue? Moving on? Unfortunately, not. I don't see it happening. I mean, unless you're the Pelicans, it's hard to beat a team 5 times in the same season. The Lakers have too much talent for that to happen. They have LeBron James, the greatest of all time. Anthony Davis is due to beat Domantas Sabonis at some point. I think he'll come here. The game's also in Los Angeles, so I'm gonna pick the Lakers beating the Kings to end Sacramento season. The Lakers will be on the 8th seed and play the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now in the Eastern Conference, the 10-8 matchup, the Hawks beat the Bulls and the Sixers lost to the Heat. And I have the Sixers being the Hawks. Like I said in the Bulls game, the Hawks shouldn't be here. They are not that good. They have no defense. They got up 157 points to Indiana on Sunday. So I'm going with the Philadelphia 76ers, which sets up a Sixers versus Celtics first round duel. Now let's move websites here and go to the actual. Okay, so now we're on the official NBA site. It makes it much easier than using playoff prediction, because playoff prediction I have to go through every single game, games 1 through whatever, it could go to 7. So we're just going to use this and go over who's winning each series and how many games. So first, let's start off in the Western Conference, the 1v8 matchup. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. OKC, in my opinion, is the Sacramento Kings of last year. They're unproven. It's amazing that this team in such a tough Western Conference is a 1 seed. And they're playing the Lakers, who have been inconsistent all year. Darvin Ham's not a good head coach. So I'm going to pick OKC's miracle ride to continue. It's going to take them a while. I think it's going to take them all 7 games. But I have the Thunder beating the Lakers in 7 games. Now we got a very, very, very insane first round 4 or 5 matchup. I mean, if these two teams were playing in the first round, I probably have these teams facing off in the Western Conference Finals, honestly. The Clippers and the Mavericks, just absolutely insane. The Clippers, of course, with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, they've all been healthy this year. And obviously the Mavericks with Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, just a super good team there, Derek Lively. Just both these teams are so good. It's a shame that one of these teams' season is going to end the first round. And I have the Mavericks beating the Clippers in 6 games. I just think Dallas is a really good team this year. They've been playing some very good basketball. Sure, they lost by like 50 to OKC Sunday, but they weren't playing for anything. I'm not taking that game with any thought at all. So I'm going to pick Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving being Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and the Clippers in 6 games. So I have a second round matchup between the OKC Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks. This is another very good series. The Minnesota Timberwolves against the Phoenix Suns. I'm picking the Phoenix Suns. The Suns have been playing some inconsistent basketball all year, so I'm going to pick Suns in 6. The Suns have been playing some inconsistent basketball all year. We know this team, they can get going at any point in the year. They have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. This is such a good roster. There's no way, in my opinion, that this team loses first round with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. With Devin Booker, like I just said. Minnesota, they've had a great year. They were the 1 seed for most of the time. Anthony Edwards has been having an insane year. Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, both very good players, but I just don't see Phoenix losing first round. So I'm going to pick Phoenix in 6 over Minnesota. In the 2-7 matchup, I have the Nuggets taking on the Pelicans coming out of the play-in. I have Denver beating New Orleans. I think I'm Nuggets winning 5, by the way. I think Nuggets, they won the championship last year, obviously the reigning champions for a reason. New Orleans, I like them a lot this year, but I just don't think they're ready yet to compete with Denver. Maybe next year they can be good enough, but I think Denver's going to be too much. For New Orleans, they're a good match. Unlike the Kings, the Nuggets are a very good matchup. For New Orleans, I think Zion will be shut down. The series, so my second round in the West will be Thunder Mavericks and Suns Nuggets. And let's just finish the West right here. Why not? So first Western Conference second round matchup is the OKC Thunder, the 1 seed against the Dallas Mavericks. I think the Thunder's ride ends here. I have the Mavericks winning this in 6 games. Again, this talent on the Mavericks roster is insane. OKC is young and unproven. Give them another year. I think they can definitely be an NBA Finals contender. But this year, I don't think they're ready yet. I don't think so. And Luka Doncic for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the playoff series will be absolute cinema. But I'm picking Dallas to beat the Thunder in round 2, bring the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals. My second matchup is the Phoenix Suns versus the Denver Nuggets. Well, this is a very tough series for me. I think whoever wins the series is going to go to 7. Who do I want to pick here? The proven Nuggets or the Phoenix Suns? No, I'm going to pick the Phoenix Suns in 7 games. Setting up a 5-6 matchup in the Western Conference Finals. Again, Phoenix's talent is just too good, even for Denver, in my opinion. Denver won the championship last year. It's hard to go back-to-back. Hard to even make the Western Conference Finals the years after, unless you're obviously the Dynasty Warriors. So I have Phoenix ending Denver's season getting revenge for last year in 7 games, setting up a Mavericks versus Suns Western Conference Finals. Remember, Luka Doncic owns Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Remember that series from a few years ago where the Suns lost by like 40 points? That's going to happen again. Give me Mavs in 6, and the Dallas Mavericks are going to the NBA Finals. That's who I have going to the NBA Finals out of the Western Conference. Now let's go to the Eastern Conference. All right, first matchup you got here in the East is the 1-8 matchup. I have the Boston Celtics taking on the Philadelphia 76ers out of the play-in tournament. Boston has had one of the best years ever. I think they won like 63-19. This team is insane. Philadelphia, they've been playing some very good basketball. Philadelphia has, but I think Boston's going to be too much for them. It's going to be that case with a lot of teams Boston plays. Boston's going to be too much. Kristaps Porzingis is insane. Jason Tatum is not overrated. I don't care what you say. He's not overrated. He's one of the best players in the entire league. Jaylen Brown's still there. This Celtics team is absolutely stacked. So are the Sixers, but we know Boston owns Philly come playoff time. We know it. So I have Boston beating the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to say this goes to just 5 games. I think Boston's going to be way too much. The Sixers, this is a very intriguing matchup here. Two young teams. Cavs made the playoffs last year. They lost in the first round to the Knicks. And the Magic are such a young team with such a good future. Paolo Banchero, Mo Wagner. This is just a solid Magic team against the Cavaliers. This is, in my opinion, this series is a coin flip. I can't tell you who won the series. This series, in my opinion, is probably the most unpredictable in this postseason. So I'm gonna take I'm going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers to win this series in 6 games. So I have the Cavs being matching 6 games. I don't know. This series, like I said, is such a coin flip to me. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, I think will be better than Banchero and the young Magic. But again, just like the Thunder, give the Magic another year, they can make a deep run, in my opinion, in this postseason. Another intriguing match would be the 3-6 matchup in the East. Doc Rivers' Milwaukee Bucks, who most likely going to be without Giannis Antetokounmpo, at least for Game 1, against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers, looking to prove something this postseason, looking to prove to maybe the Sacramento Kings that maybe they won Domantas Sabonis, Tyrese Halliburton trade. I don't think that's the case. I think both teams won. But the Pacers, they're looking to prove that all their fans would freak out if they win this series, and I just can't bear that happening, so I don't have it in me to beat the Pacers. I'm picking the Milwaukee Bucks just for the reason that I don't want to hear Pacers fans keep comparing the Sabonis Halliburton trade. So I don't have it in me picking Indiana. I'm taking the Bucks to win this series in 7. Doc Rivers is going to move on to the second round with his team. Giannis Antetokounmpo will come back, I say, by Game 3, and that's going to be a difference maker. I wouldn't be shocked if Indiana takes a 2-0 lead going in, but then Giannis comes back and the Bucks bounce back and beat Indiana, move to the second round. 2-7 matchup here. The New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat is who I have. The Knicks made a nice run last year and eventually ended up losing to the Miami Heat, so another rematch of last year's second round in the Western Conference. This year to take on the Heat again. And do I hop on the Heat train? Do I hop it on? Can they do it back-to-back years? I'm going to say no. I don't think the Heat can do it back-to-back years. Play into the conference finals, I don't think that's going to happen again. I think that's unprecedented. So, I have the New York Knicks being the Miami Heat. I forget what I actually put it in there, but no matter what, I have the Knicks being the Miami Heat. So, the second rounds in the Eastern Conference is quite bland, but it's the 1-4 Celtics Cavaliers and the 3-2 the Bucks. And the Knicks' second round in the Eastern Conference is the Celtics and the Cavs will start there. Again, Boston Cavaliers, they have a good roster. I just think they're too unproven, in my opinion. Donovan Mitchell, he's going to have to do a lot of things if Boston wants to lose this series. Donovan Mitchell's got to absolutely go off. I think he will. But again, just like I said with Philly, Boston's going to be way too much for Cleveland, like it or not. Boston's going to be way too much. So I'm going to take the Boston Celtics to win this series. Sorry, Cleveland. I'm taking Boston in a sweep. Give me Boston in 4. Next up, we got the Knicks and the Bucks in a 2-3 matchup. Doc Rivers, just keep it blunt. Doc Rivers is a choker. I don't see a Doc Rivers-led team going to the conference finals. Knicks, in my opinion, are a very solid team. Isaiah Hartenstein's been balling. The Villanova kids, Jalen Brunson's having an MVP season. Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. This Knicks team has a very good roster. I think they're going to make it to the conference finals. It's a very intriguing rivalry in the Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. I have the Knicks win this series, and I'll say this goes to 7. So I have Knicks versus Celtics in Eastern Conference Finals. Whoever wins this series goes to the finals to take on the Dallas Mavericks. And again, I think the Knicks ride ends here. Just like I said for the last 2, Boston's way too much for I think any team in the NBA. I may have spoiled my finals pick, but Boston's is insane. Tatum, Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, like I said, such a stacked roster. They've been the best team in the NBA all season long, and nothing's going to change come postseason time. They're due to win as well. They've been choking far too much. This team has won 17 rings for a reason. They're due to at least get back there, and give me the Celtics beating the Knicks, and I'll say the Knicks get 2 games. Celtics in 6, and my NBA Finals of the 2023-2024 season will be between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. So let's get into the NBA Finals. Boston versus Dallas in the finals once again. The Celtics are the 1 seed, the Mavericks are the 5 seed, making a very impressive run to the finals. We saw an 18 finals last year, so 5 seed is definitely not beyond the ordinary, in my opinion. With Boston and Dallas, I don't want to be bland here, but I think it's just a fact. Boston is just too much for anyone, including the Dallas Mavericks. I think this is Boston's year, like I said earlier. Boston's going to win the NBA Finals in 5 games. They'll win it in Boston. Dallas will take Game 4. It'll be a 3-0 lead. Dallas will take Game 4. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, the run's going to end here, but I won't be shocked if they make it back here the next year. But my NBA champion is the Boston Celtics. I'm going to get a tiebreaker. How many total points will be scored in Game 1? How many total points? I'll say 224. No, not 400. 224. That's what I think for that tiebreaker. So, I have the Boston Celtics win the NBA Finals. I gotta sign in, whatever. But, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow night For one, a pregame show between the Kings and the Warriors. That'll be about 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific. And two, the actual game will be live for, like it always is, we'll be live for our reactions, some live radio commentary and stuff. That'll be at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right at game time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Light the beam. Once again, Boston's winning the NBA Finals. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.